Welcome back to the farm for another project. This is your first time. I hope you enjoy. It's been a few months since I put a video out. It's been kind of a crazy year this year. I spent about 3 months doing a complete camper van remodel for my son. And then after that, I've been working on getting my private pilot license and still doing all the woodworking. It's been a long time since I've done a video, so I finally caught up where I think I've got some time, and hopefully you'll enjoy today's project. So what we're going to be working on is, I just had a family just down the valley from me that the son and the dad finally both got their bucks within just a couple days of each other. They did some European mounts and they want me to make a custom mount to kind of put everything up on the wall. So let's head inside the shop, show you what we're going to be working on, and let's get started. So as we're walking to the shop here, I'll just kind of give you a little sneak peek. Been a while since we actually built a big shed here so we can move all our hay outside. And since I've been working on my private pilot license, I also went and did something a little bit crazy here. And that would be a fuselage for a 1947 Stinson 108-2. So we're also going to start building a plane. So as I get my license, hopefully about the same time I'm done, we'll be just about finished putting our plane back together. So we got that fuselage inside there. We got the wings inside the shop, so we'll kind of take a peek at those while we're looking at today's project, and I'll have another video here coming up soon on pulling that thing out and kind of showing everything we got and what the plans are for the plane. But for now, let's head inside and get this skull mount done. All right guys, so here's what we're working with. We got father and son style European mounts. We got a live edge slab of maple here that we're going to do the main part of the backing on. What we're going to do in the middle is we're going to do a 3D topographical map, because father and son got both of their bucks really close to each other. And we're going to carve that out of maple and inlay it into this so we get a nice contrast with colors to really make the mountains pop. On both sides of that 3D carve, we're going to inlay black walnut hoof prints going up on both sides. On the bottom down here, we're going to engrave dad with his date for his deer. And over here, we're going to put the son's name with his date for the deer on the bottom. So let's go ahead and get this thing fired up and let's get started. Here's a little piece of advice for you guys. If anybody's carving into a slab, even though this has been through my drum sander, I know that it's level. It may not be level with my spoil board because it's leveled on a different machine. So what I like to do is I'll actually break my V-carves apart. So I've got the left side V-carve, the right side V-carve, same thing with the text down here. So I'm actually going to be zeroing each one right in the center of where I'm actually going to be doing that engraving to make sure everything's going to come out exactly how I want it. So I've made a couple mistakes before and ended up costing me a big slab, so don't make the same mistake I did. So let's get this thing going. Alright guys, we got most of the sanding done. So now we're going to test fit our black hooves here that we just got done with. It should just kind of drop in just like a puzzle piece. Perfect. Okay, so we know our black walnut fits. Let's grab our 3D carve. Alright, so the 3D carve is going to need a little bit more fitment to go in there, but it's nice and snug still in most of the corners, so I'm really happy with that. So we'll go ahead and get the black walnut glued in here for the hooves. We can let those start drying while we kind of get this thing finished up. Alright, so what I did is I went over to my table saw and I actually did a 5-degree bevel on all 4 sides to kind of get this to drop right down in place. And there we are. Now we fit in nice and snug. So let's go ahead and get these all glued in so that we can come back and we can finish the names and the dates. Alright guys, we got all the sanding done. I went ahead and I went around and I rounded all the edges. Even though this is still going to be a slab, I still wanted everything to have kind of a nice finish to it. So now let's use the boiled linseed oil and really kind of get this thing to pop and come alive here. All right guys, so now we've got all the stains all dried. The next thing we're gonna do here is we're gonna get a French cleat. So I try to find a really nice hard piece of wood. So this is actually canary, so I know it doesn't move very much. And I just cut that at a 45. I always like to put the larger of the two pieces actually mounts where on the wall, and this one we're gonna cut down the size and put it on the back. Now because this is a little awkward here, it's not a perfectly square slab, that's gonna take a little bit of time to get to it. I'm gonna pick one side, attach it and make it almost tight, and then we're going to get up on the wall and get it all final adjusted, and then we're going to add the hooks and we're going to get this thing all finished up. Alright guys, just got the hooks installed. We're going to do a test fit here with that French cleat. Make sure it holds nice and snug, nice and level. That looks awesome. Let me go grab the antlers and we'll do a final test fit. Alright, so we got installed racks here. Awesome. Well, thanks for sticking around for another video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Well, if you have any questions or comments about anything on this build, please put those down below. I'll do what I can to answer all those questions for you. If you really enjoyed this build, you want to join me for all my other projects, all my other adventures, consider hitting that subscribe button. Again, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you around.